Well, I wondered when this day would come. Today I'm here to do a little bit of iRacing, which I honestly have not done a lot in the past few years. I've done a race or two here and there just for fun with some friends, but I used to be really into iRacing back in 2010, 2011, 2012, and just kind of fell off from there. I got back into this stuff that I like the most, the older sims, and I don't think I've ever actually done an iRacing video and feel like I'm opening a door by doing this, but I really wanted to check it out. So as you can see on the screen, the Formula Vee has been released for iRacing as a part of the new build, and this is the week 13 craziness. Just a bunch of people who don't know what they're doing getting out there to race a car that they have very little experience in, and I want to join them. So thought it'd be fun to take this out. Formula Vee itself just really attracts me to doing some racing, and I think it just falls into that bucket of achievable type of cars to race, kind of like the Skip Barber. And I think I want to answer a question maybe with the race here today and some other testing as well, is does this actually just replace the Skip Barber? It's a low-powered, low-downforce, open-wheel car meant to train and be affordable, and I feel like it fits a lot of what the Skip Barber car in iRacing does. In real life, I understand, you know, the Skip Barber is part of the school and everything, but the Formula Vee, I feel like it's trying to accomplish very similar things. So, want to do a race. I'm at Oulton Park. Maybe I'll throw a track map up or something in post, but Oulton Park, and oddly enough, it's the Foster's layout, which I didn't really know existed, and in my opinion, cuts off the best corner on the track. But it should be fun either way. The corner it does create heading on back onto the circuit, it kind of cuts off before the big loop that would head down to the Shell Bend or SO Bend, whatever they call it these days, which I like that corner. But the corner they added in to cut off there is very challenging, maybe because I don't have a lot of experience on it, but also it's kind of an awkward one of those temporary corners. All right, so the session's beginning and I'm joining that, and I'm honestly out of the loop enough with iRacing that I don't even know if there's qualifying. I'm hoping there's qualifying in the session itself. I didn't get to see or check through the new UI if there's its own session, but I figure that places me, if there is qualifying, I've done about an hour of practice, and so that should hopefully make me better than maybe half the field. I'm not expecting anything dramatic, but hopefully I can put on a good show and have a good race to test out the car. I kind of have to take what I can get with this. All right, so it looks like I do get a qualifying session after this 3-minute practice, so I'll have a 2-lap quali, try to turn a good lap. I was doing 111s. I feel like a 110 is achievable, at least with the weather I had in the other practices I was doing, so I'll have to see where that places me if I can crank one out. And then it's just a 12-minute race, and this is something, I think that's what they're actually going with the official series, are 12-minute races, which is very short. I feel like if they put this car somewhere Road America, it's going to be 4 or 5 laps at the most before the race is over. So really short races, I feel like that just creates a sense of urgency and more people are going to dive bomb into corners, but we'll have to see how it all plays out. All right, so we can go out to qualify, and mainly with this, get 2 laps. So I want to get 1 banker lap, decent speed, but keep it on the track, and then see if maybe I can crank it up a little bit. But overall, this car is really fun to drive, at least in the hour or so practice I've had so far. Not a lot of horsepower and only 4 gears. I feel like the gearing is kind of odd, but I guess it has to fit everything. I'm not sure they even let you change the ratios in an open setup. Should mention that this is fixed setup, but we'll cut across. Oh my God, spinning out on the out lap. All right, so forget that happened. We'll come up to Knickerbrook and cut over. This track, it really, you know, in this car, it only has, I would say, 4 actual corners that you have to prepare for and do something with. And one of them is actually quite easy. The corner coming up here, I think it's just going to be 4th gear with a slight braking or lift of the throttle on entry, get the car pointed to where you want it to go, and then drag it on through flat out. Pretty much just using 3rd and 4th gear, I think, just to keep the revs in the right range. You don't want to rev it too high, it'll spin the car out. We'll come up to the final corner, try to get a good run out here onto the front straightaway to start the first qualifying lap. There's a puff of smoke, you'll see it in the rear view there at the top. Whenever you shift gears, keep it in 4th for the first corner. Pretty conservative on the way in, but ahead of my best optimal time, which is good for a good start here. Maybe a little cooler with the clouds. We'll come down the hill. This is the hardest corner on the track, I think. Need to brake before the pavement changes, get it pointed in, try to get on the throttle as early as possible. It wasn't very good, but but now up to 4th gear and flat out up the hill. All right, the car just kind of bogs down as it heads up the hill. We'll come to the final couple of corners. The last corner is a little tricky if you brake too late or don't get the right turn in. Oh, I missed the first apex a bit there. I'm gonna run wide on both of them. We're flat out now. Come up to the final corner. We'll get down to 3rd gear. For this one, try to brake it. Got to do a late apex because the track kind of falls away on the exit. That wasn't that good. But come to the line. At least I got through a lap without going off or anything, so I'll at least have a qualifying time. Come across, see if I can push a bit harder for the 2nd lap here. That's a 1:11.3, so just about as good as I've done so far. Maybe better weather, though. It felt kind of easy. All right, a little wide on the apex of the first corner. To the bottom of the hill, down to 3rd gear, slide it on in, back on the throttle. Feels like you could always just get on the throttle sooner through there, and you really need to because it sets you up for this long flat out section that any additional speed would help your lap time overall. It seems like I'm a little bit down on this lap. All right, come towards the end, try not to miss this corner again. A little bit better on the apex, but I think I'm just slow overall. I don't know where the time is going. All right, down to 3rd for the final corner. Try to slide it on in, missing the apex again. I think I missed every apex on this lap. This one's going to be even slower than the first lap. Just have to see where that gets me. Right now I'm 9th, so we'll have to see ultimately where that places, but either way, this is just for fun, but it's a lot of fun to drive this car. I'm excited to see if I can get through the first couple of corners without getting in an accident. I'm excited to see how it races because you have no downforce to worry about other cars, you know, washing you away into the corners. It's kind of pure racing, but it's high stakes racing as well. Open wheel, you cannot touch each other, especially in real life. We'll see if folks can follow the rules in iRacing, but it is week 13. Which tends to be kind of a crazy time, and people are just trying out content and stuff, so hopefully I get a clean race. If you're seeing this video, at least was an entertaining race after all. Alright, so it looks like I qualified smack in the middle of the pack. However, a good number of cars didn't qualify, so I think I'll start 11th out of 24, which is a little frightening. I'm worried about the first couple of laps, and also Bryce here in the chat said last race proved that qualifying is not a good idea, so that doesn't bode well, but we'll see how it goes nonetheless. Alright, so it looks like I'm going to be on the outside too as everybody grids up, so maybe have an escape plan if things go crazy up front, but also got to keep in mind this car has the new damage model, and so parts and things fly off the cars when they crash, which is really cool looking, but also means I think that you can hit them if, if you're unlucky. I think if I can make it down to turn 3 or so where the track cuts through the normal circuit, hopefully things will be smooth enough there, but it's going to be a challenge just to make it through the first couple corners without hitting somebody. All right, lights are up. All right, I'm quite nervous for this. Oh, we had a car already false start. Lights are lit. Out, we're underway. Try to get a good launch off the line. Oh, I'm so slow with the shifts. This is literally my first race with this, so you can see it. We'll come down to the first corner, though. All right, looks like I've survived so far. I got a car cutting to the inside. Oh my God, everybody's flipping. I'll make it by a couple of them. I think I lost pretty much all the spots of the running cars, but I passed maybe 4 or 5 cars through the melee. Come down the hill, I got a car right behind me to the right. Quite a slow car directly in front. Oh, everybody trying to find their way into this right-hander that cuts across. 2 cars in front, side by side. I got a car on my left. Come through Knickerbrook. Gonna lift off the gas just for this opening lap. The slipstream. I know slipstreaming in these things would be absolutely mad at a faster track. All right, we'll come up to the double right-hander here. And I think I'm firmly at the back of the field, so I have to try to sort everything out here and then try to push a little bit to pass a few cars. I have cars behind me, but I'm sure they've been in some sort of accidents. Come to the final corner into Lodge, down to 3rd gear, throw it on in, try get a good run out onto the front straightaway. All right, up to 4th. Of course, my relative set for the race, so we're doing excellent compared to the first lap. Oh, understeering there, I got an off track, but got a lot of speed. Side by side there, will come down. Oh, a car got loose to my left. Oh, and he spun out. Get it down to 3rd. All right, over the curbs, back on the throttle. It's kind of my strategy, unfortunately, with a lot of iRacing is consistency often pays off until you get to some of the more competitive series, especially the open racing. If you're just consistent, oftentimes you'll end up with pretty good finishes, but maybe doesn't make for the most exciting racing. I'll try to push as much as I can without spinning the car out or anything. It's surprisingly easy to spin, or maybe not surprisingly, with no downforce or anything, but it feels like you've got it just until the point where you don't. We'll come up to Lodge again, down to 3rd gear, see a bunch of smoke in front again, yellow flags, oh. Coming over the crest. There's a lot of blind corners at Alton Park, so it's very easy for something to go bad. Come across the line. Should have picked up a couple spots on that lap, I think. Come up to turn 1 again. Try not to go wide this time. All right, I'm in 15th now. It's way further back than I want to do. The 2 in front touch. Oh, did he flip? Oh, I'll have to look at the replay of that after the race. I saw him just get up on his side a little bit over the curb. All right, 2 free spots then. We'll focus forward to this little group in front. Flag coming up to Lodge as the car off the track to the left. Oh, he's gonna join. My God. You take everything. This series is open for rookies all the way up, so who knows the license level and things. It's my quickest lap. I'm at the 12th. I'd be able to sneak a top 10 out of this if everything goes my way. Not too bad through the first corner that time. I feel like I'm opening the door. One of the reasons doing iRacing is hard is because everybody's a pro, apparently. But this is just for fun. Oh, and another crash in front of me. They're all getting up on each other's wheels. Ooh, I get loose there. Able to keep it together, though. I think I passed 3 cars in one corner. Take those positions. You know, something I am surprised about with this car is it's not very slidey, at least in the way that I'm driving it right now. And maybe you can push it to like the next level and get it to slide, but the Skippy is a very slidey car. Oh, we have more cars off ahead. Don't rejoin right in front of me. Oh my God. Able to keep it on the track. Ugh, it's like Dodgems out here. Got a whole pack behind me, so as long as I keep pointed forward, hopefully things will go well. But it's mostly just avoiding everybody in this one. I don't know what position I'm in, but I must have gained at least 5 spots on that lap. Come across the line here, we'll see it update. Should be 7th, I think. Not too bad. We got a couple cars behind me, though, that I'm probably pretty quick, so I need to try to focus forward. But yeah, the car isn't very slidey. It's very planted on the road, so it's quite interesting. But suddenly you do lose it once in a while. It feels somewhat unexpected, which might be what's happening to people. Oh, I got very loose there in the entry. A couple more cars in front disappear, so I don't know if they had some incident. I feel like the tortoise and the hare just with how slow I am, but it's working out so far. I got a whole pack though in my mirror. I can see them all coming. I'm 12 seconds off the car in front somehow. I've had to avoid a few wrecks, I guess. Through the double right-hander towards Lodge now. Right down to third. Just keeping my eye on the two behind me. Up to fourth gear there, puff of smoke as I shift. I'm using the H pattern and everything, which definitely puts me at a disadvantage for anybody using paddle shifters. And I don't know what they'd have in the real car, but I love racing with an H pattern, so I'm kind of giving myself that disadvantage. But they're closing up on me now. I think we got another car spun out up here ahead. I'm up to fifth somehow. Now's my opportunity to get run over from behind. Ooh, cones everywhere on the track. Get it up to fourth. Looks like Bryce behind me, the one that said don't qualify. It's working out for him. Side by side, he's going to have the inside going into Druids up here. Just trying to keep it tidy around the outside. Oh, we're going to get shoved to the edge of the track. Paul there in front of me. All right, stick with him. Maybe these two can bring me up towards the front. And another car spun off ahead. Oh, they touch. Oh, and Bryce goes spinning. Oh, my God. This might be a video in expert wreck avoidance, but maybe not showing you how to go very fast. We're on lap 8 now, I think, or 7. So I imagine there'll be about 10 laps in this race with the time. Could look actually real quick at the time. 4 minutes left. Need to get buttons mapped to my steering wheel and things again. Come down the hill though in the slipstream here of Paul Richards. Right down to third gear. Had to slam on the brakes there to get the car slowed down and not touch him. Looks like another car coming up behind me too, and there was a car up front off. Right there. That's stuff that you can do in real life, but with netcode and everything, it gets quite scary. Just gonna look up the inside. I'm not really defending. I'm kind of worried to try to defend. Get it down to third gear. Just missed the turning completely. I thought I missed the shift, actually. All right, we'll stay in line, though. Got a little pack here. There's two cars right up there in front. A lot can happen in the last few minutes of this one. I don't know why I went down to third gear. Oh no, making stupid mistakes. These two side by side though. A lot of smoke in front. Ooh, a car right behind me as well. Go late into the braking zone to try not to get slammed into from behind. Clearly I gotta work on my braking a bit. And he's staying in third a lot longer, so maybe I'm not revving the car as high as I should. All right, but side by side. Oh, there's his wheel right there. Come up to Druids. It's gonna have the inside though. Oh, and a car completely blown up onto the bridge. I don't know if that's for position or not. Come up to Lodge, the final corner. Oh, I think I got touched there from behind. Oh no, is the car damaged? All right, he's coming around the inside. I have a little more screen real estate on the left and right than you'll get in the video, so I can see them slightly more side by side, but I feel so slow in this. I feel almost like an old man coming back to racing. Guess you gotta start from somewhere though. Down to third gear, touch the curb on the inside. Nice swear I used to be pretty good at this, but clearly time has passed me by. I got to practice a bit more. All right, getting the slipstream though of Mika here. Oh, and I'm gaining up on him, but maybe go up the inside into Druids. I chicken out. It's different when you're racing AI because I don't quite feel bad if I hit them. But in iRacing, just the same as I don't want my race to be ruined, I don't really want to ruin other people's races. But I'm sure if I practice a bit more, that competitive spirit would come back. But in 8th place, not too bad considering the amount of incidents and things I've had to wade through. And still a little bit of time. I got a pack of 3 or 4 guys up there who might cause some scuffles here in the final lap or two. Head down the hill. Vision with my tear off. I actually don't have a key bound to tear off yet, so I'll have to suffer through the bad vision. To 4th gear here for up the hill towards Druids. I get such a good slipstream in these cars too. I'm pulling right back up on Mika. It's probably the fastest part of the track here as we come up to Druids. Oh, and a car off ahead. Oh, he's going to keep control of it. It's a good save. A lot of white cars, you know, means people just got a new car. Oh, we have a spin-off. Car's trying to rejoin. Oh my god. That's so silly. All right, get around the inside of him though. Well, I'll take the few positions. Yellow flag being waved from the marshal. Oh, is that the engine of the car in front too? Or did the race finish? We'll just keep pushing. I don't know what's going on. White flag. Okay, so we got 1 more lap to go. Maybe he was waving a white flag, not a yellow one. I think I picked up like 4 spots there. Come down to the bottom of the hill. And the 2 in front are right there too, but Hunter there in 1st place. I think he's going to win. He's 23 seconds ahead of me. But good on him for surviving all of this and being quick. We'll head up the hill. Hopefully the war zone here at the end of the lap is cleaned up. Ooh, the car spin out. Oh, they did. Oh, we'll try to get one of these guys. He's probably going to try to block me. So we'll come around. Oh, into the last corner. Oh, if only it was for the win. But 2nd place. We'll understeer a little bit there. All right, we'll head up the hill. Come across the line. I think there's going to be a 2nd place then. Well, I was very slow, but I guess it shows you consistency is what pays off. Not too bad of a return to get a 2nd place. I got a lot of practicing to do, I think, but that was a mess of a race, but also a lot of fun. So I definitely have a lot of work to do, but it was fun. I think it'll be funner as people practice a bit more and maybe there's a regular series that has different tracks and things. But yeah, iRacing's a good time. I think it gets a lot of hate from certain people, and I'm pretty open to any sim. I think everything is fun all the time. Formula Vee here. Does it replace the Skippy? I actually think I might like driving the Skippy more than this car at this point. The Skippy's a little faster and slides a bit more. I'm surprised this car doesn't slide as much, but like I said, I've really only raced it now for about 2 hours and 15 minutes, so or an hour and 15 minutes. So there's a lot of practice to do, and maybe after you get, you know, efficient at it or good at it, you can slide the car a bit more and get around the corners. So this is fun. I guess I'll put this on YouTube. We'll see how people like iRacing. I think iRacing would be a fun thing to stream once in a while. So let me know what you thought of this. I got some practicing to do. I'm sure folks will point out where maybe I wasn't as quick as I should have been. But thank you for watching. I'll see you all again next time.